I was walking in the corridor of the National Science Foundation's building, and Dr. Judith Rameli, the assistant director, asked me, what is the next step in the LSAMP program? And I said, Dr. Rameli, if you give me about a week, I'll come back to you and I'll come back with a plan. 1 week later, I returned with a white paper describing how we should craft a program activity still coupled with the LSAMP program to get more underrepresented minority students into the STEM fields at the highest levels available.
Let me say hello from Tiger Nation. I'm Dr. Lesia Crumpton-Young, and I serve as the president of Texas Southern University. I believe that serving as a president has given me an opportunity to extend what I did when I was involved with the LSAMP Bridge to the Doctorate program. One of the things I think is critical is that we have educational programs that allow students to transform their lives. And I believe the Bridge to the Doctorate program did that in so many instances.
I'm Dr. Inia Soto Ramos. I grew up in Puerto Rico in the mountains of a town called Lares. I was talking to a student while waiting for a professor, and he talked to me about this magnificent program in Western Washington University where he learned about marine science and did research. I had no idea, so I asked him, is that something that I can apply to? And he said yes. So he directed me to the MINSU program, which is an NSF funded program for a research experience for students. In that case, it gave me the opportunity to learn about marine science for 6 months and do my first research project.
My name is Dr. Natividad Roberto Fuentes Jr. I'm from a small town in South Texas. I'm a native Texan, also known as a Tejano. I started my school as an undergrad at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way about good study habits, and I fell on my face. So I had to work full-time while I was going to school part-time at a local community college called Del Mar College back in Corpus Christi. From there, I got into the LSAMP program doing undergrad research at Texas A&M Corpus Christi once I went back. From there, I got to the Bridge to the Doctorate program at Texas A&M College Station.
Some students sit on the fence and don't go to grad school. There are some barriers. There are two major barriers. One is financial, and the other one is longevity, the length of time it takes to get a terminal degree.
One, I didn't have the funds to go to a graduate school program, and I didn't know how to. And in one of those meetings, and among the people that I met, they direct me to the Florida-Georgia LSAMP program, and I applied in 2005. So I was one of the first group or the first cohort of this NSF funding, and it was located at the University of South Florida, and that's where I did my master's and continuing to my PhD program.
I stopped by the bank and got a big roll of $1 bills, thick roll, about yay, and a couple of $100 bills and I wrapped that up. And so I asked the students, the group, 20 students, how many of you would go to graduate school if I would give you $20,000 to go to graduate school? All 20 raised their hand.
I was the principal investigator, and I actually conducted research on lessons to be learned from the Bridge to the Doctorate program. And so what I found is I found great information on things institutions could do to help to ensure that their program was successful. And I also found information on individual factors that contributed to the success of the Bridge to the Doctorate students. My research was very beneficial in helping institutions decide exactly which models to put in place, which strategies to invoke, which techniques to use, so that they could ensure that their students successfully completed their degrees. They also helped the program administrators on each campus know what to do and how to advocate and things that needed to be implemented so that the institution could create an environment that was conducive to the success of the students. So my role with the program was slightly unique. I also had the opportunity to be the facilitator for their annual Bridge to the Doctorate JAM program. And that's where the students, all the doctoral students came to Washington for a day and a half, and we did professional development. I led courses for them on how to successfully complete your thesis, how to successfully complete your dissertation. I also led courses for them on how to navigate problems during the doctoral program. I did a course on things your advisor never taught you. I also did a course on how to have those difficult conversations that you need to, and when do you need to think about changing your advisor. So that was also a very exciting role for me. I got an opportunity to develop professional development seminars, but also to mentor, if you will, the students to help them be successful.
Fortunately, as part of through LSAMP and through these programs, I was actually hooked up with many great mentors. So the mentors were able to kind of show me a path of what I needed to do. Growing up, I always wanted to be a scientist. In fact, a mad scientist, because that's the only ones that were on TV. But they point me in the right direction of how to get to grad school, what that meant, and what I can do with those type of degrees. So once I saw that path, I mean, it was all straight from there.
Well, one of the things I love about watching the Bridge to the Doctorate program is to see its evolution. I remember at one time when the program was just formed initially, the focus was on providing the financial support for the students. And we know financial support is critical when you're working on your doctoral degree. But the program quickly evolved to add to providing that financial assistance by giving the students professional development opportunities, by giving the students mentoring opportunities, by engaging them in unique research opportunities, and then also by affording them the opportunity to have some unique experiential learning opportunities. So to me, that's the evolution that's taken place over the years, and I'm excited to see that that's happened within the BD program.
The Bridge to the Doctorate program was a great opportunity, not only for the funding, which I of course didn't have at the time to do such a program, but it also provided the mentors and the group that allowed me to learn. And it also is not only any type of group, it's a diverse group from different backgrounds. There were engineers, there were scientists, so we were exposed to multiple type of research, multiple backgrounds and different knowledge. So I was able to explore different areas in marine science and kind of start defining where I wanted to go. I started looking at coral reef and started doing remote sensing satellite imagery like you see behind me. That was the first time I started using satellite imagery to study the ocean. At that point, I was not in the field anymore, so I was a little bit sad because I really wanted to be in the field. I wanted to be more out there, but at the same time, I was very excited to be able to integrate this type of technology in the studies that I was doing.
Many fellowship programs, the support is to a single student. But in this program, we have 12, a cohort of 12, a posse, if I might use that term. And the students, they bond quite quickly. And it's amazing how they work together, help each other through through the good times and the not so good times when the work is heavy for each and every one of them.
I met my wife in undergrad when she was also an LSAMP. So, you know, brought together two like-minded individuals. So, I mean, LSAMP in general, the community, I've grown a lot of partnerships, and I still communicate with many of the people I've met in the Bridge to Doctorate and LSAMP community. So I've really enjoyed that aspect.
If I can go back in the past and talk to myself as a PhD student, I will really tell myself to take a little more time and to be more aware of myself, to take care of my health and my person and my family, and to keep in touch with all those amazing mentors that helped me along the way.
Keep on going, don't give up, just let that passion burn. Like I said, once that fire was lit in me, I just wanted to show it. So I think just something that you really have to continue doing. And just follow what you love and do your passion.
You know, my message to them is to he or she whom much is given, much is expected. So I always say that now that your life has been transformed, my message is for you to give back to others and help to transform their lives. Find an opportunity in your company for a BD student to engage and develop experience there. Find an opportunity in your company to support the professional development of students. Find an opportunity to become part of to be a mentor for someone. I want them, as they cross that stage, I want to congratulate them, but I also want them to think about helping others cross the stage.